How many times have you been driving, saw a car pulled over, thinking, man, I'm glad that's not me? If it was you, would you know what to do? Today I'm going to teach you how to properly and safely change a flat tire. This is something that every driver should know because a flat can happen to anyone at any time. Now in today's society, most people have a cell phone and would be able to call for help. But you can't always just depend on your cell phone. You never know when your battery's going to die, or if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, you might not have a strong cell signal. And who really wants to wait an hour or two for help to arrive? My dad taught me how to change a flat tire when I was 14 when I first started driving. Fortunately, I've only had to use this knowledge twice in the past 17 years that I've been driving. There are several steps that goes into changing a flat tire and a lot of details that make it easier and faster to do, but the basic steps include jacking up your vehicle, taking off the flat tire, and replacing it with a spare. When you first realize that you have a flat tire, your main concern should be on safety. When you realize that you're driving on a flat, you want to be sure to pull over immediately because driving on a flat tire can cause damage to your car. If you're on a busy highway, you should look to see if there's an exit nearby, so that way you don't have to worry about being in the way of busy traffic or those oncoming vehicles seeing you. Now before you can start changing your tire, when you pull over you should turn on your hazard lights, and if you have reflectors or road flares, it's a good idea to use those as well. You want to set your parking brake, and if you can find a rock or a brick, it's a good idea to put those behind your tire that's diagonal from the flat, and this will help prevent your car from rolling. Once you've done this, you can go ahead and get all the things that you need to change your flat tire. You're going to need your spare, your jack, and your tire iron. Once you have all these, then you're ready to start changing your tire. You want to make sure that you loosen your lug nuts before you jack up your car, because if you try to loosen the lug nuts after you jack up your car, the tire's just going to spin. Now sometimes your lug nuts can be on extremely tight, and when this happens, it's a good idea to just grab the tire iron, put it on, and put your foot on it and press down, and that will help loosen it up with your body weight. Once you've done this, you can place the jack underneath the car. Using the jack is probably the most difficult part in changing a flat tire. You want to be sure that you get it in the right spot, because if you don't, your car can fall on you and cause serious injury. There's a right position on the car to place your jack. It's called a jack point. This is a reinforced frame on the car where your jack goes. You want to be sure that you get your jack right in that notch. When you start jacking up your car, you're going to use the tire iron and place it in and turn it clockwise. And this is going to move your jack up and it'll lift your car up. Once your car is safely on the jack, you can go ahead and remove the lug nuts and get your tire off. If your tire's stuck onto the mount, you can give it a little kick or push the top of the tire towards the car, and that should get it unstuck. Once that's done, you want to remove your tire. You want to make sure that it's not in your way, and if you're on a busy highway, you're going to want to place your tire in front or behind your car. Once it's removed, you can go ahead and put your regular tire on. This should go onto the mount pretty easily. You want to align your tire on the studs. And once that's on, you're going to tighten the lug nuts, turning them clockwise with your hand. Once you've got them on as tight as you can go ahead and lower the car off the jack, and then you're going to use your tire iron and tighten them the rest of the way. Now that your tire is on, you are almost in the home stretch to being able to drive, but there's a few things that you need to remember. Driving on a spare, you should not go over 50 miles per hour, and a spare is not meant to be a long-term fix, so you're going to want to take your car and get the tire replaced as soon as possible. This is the fastest and the easiest way to putting on a spare. All you got to do is jack up your car, take off the flat, and replace the spare. No one wants to get a flat tire, but if you do, you're going to be able to change it now. So when you see that person stuck on the side of the road and being thankful that it's not you, well, this time if it is you, at least you know what to do.